So in my last video, I was talking about how I was getting bullied in seventh grade, and I didn't actually bring up every point of me getting bullied. As I mentioned, I got made fun of for my hair, my shoes, and my skin tone. But another thing I never mentioned when it came to my skin tone is that growing up my whole life, especially starting seventh grade, I was always called white. People made me feel like I was never black enough. I was being called white for being myself. The whole school was calling me white, even other white people. It all started at a lunch table when the group at the table all making a joke saying that I sounded white and all that. Then it became like a nonstop joke. They were saying it because the way how I talk, my interest was anime, superheroes from like Marvel, DC, the way how I acted, how I hung out mainly majority with white people, and how I didn't act like a stereotypical black person. I will admit, at first I thought it was funny. Then I became embarrassed. Blacks were calling me white like all the time. It got to the point where even they were calling my white friends more black than me. Like, I'm not even lying. They were really pushing it. I'm like, wow, they're really enforcing this. And that's when I realized this is going to be a long time thing. And at first I thought it was really just going to be that school year, but it literally went on my whole entire life. Like, even sometimes at work. With all of this happening, that's when I started being selective with my friends. I began hiding my interests. I kept more to myself. I was afraid to even make friends within my own race. Sometimes I tried to act differently, which isn't worth it. Please don't do that at all. Please stay as yourself. I was just afraid of talking, you know? And the fact that I even got afraid of talking goes to show why I always hid myself so much, why I became very selective who I wanted to be friends with. Like when a teacher will call my name to do an answer or even like read, it's not the fact that I didn't know how to do math or read. I knew how to do both of those, but I was afraid of talking because I just knew someone always had something to say. You know how kids are, man. They always have something to say and it gets very old. It's like, man, you don't know how to keep your mouth shut because even they know they always got something to say. Speaking of always having something to say, I remember I used to have this one friend, not anymore. He changed. He was white, and he was a friend that I met, I think, in seventh, eighth grade. He was a good kid. He always did his work. He had some type of class, but he would come to my class to do this work. And he was just trying to get his grades up and all that. He was a really cool guy. And then I think I already mentioned he changed. He claimed he was a Crip. He literally used to talk about Crips all the time. Like, I'm not even lying. He would literally wear blue shirts. Mind you, this, I rocked blue because blue was always my favorite color. And I always grew up like watching Sonic, and Sasuke Uchiha was one of my favorite characters at the time. So, I was just rocking blue for that reason, but he was literally rocking blue for the wrong reasons. And he always claimed that he was from the hood, but he grew up in the neighborhood my same friends did. Like, even my friends tell me that. Like, they're telling me, like, trust me, he did not grow up in the hood. And he thought he had the right to say the N word. You know how bad that is, dude? And it gets even worse. Not only did he claim that he was blacker than me and that he was from the hood and all that, trying to flex guns, but this dude supported Trump. He did not support Black Lives Matter. He literally would not understand anything about Black Lives Matter. For example, I remember one time there was a post about Breonna Taylor, and we were all trying to fight for her and all that. And someone made a post about it, and this dude's under the post talk about why does it matter now? And it's like, what do you mean, why does this matter now? Because here's the thing. All you have to do is say this. If this is one of your guys' family, how would you feel? He's talking about why does it matter now? Of course it matters. That is an innocent person that was killed for no reason. Want to know what makes this worse? This dude only liked black girls. It's just crazy. Like, you know what I mean? He had a black girlfriend and he acted like this. And the fact that I'm even pausing just goes to show how in shock I am even till this day. So, I ended up ghosting him as a friend. He ended up making more accounts on Facebook. I had to even hide him from my Facebook post because every post I made about like just blackness, he always had something to say. Like I remember one time, and I can even find the post. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but it was basically a black joke. You know how the posts or the jokes go like this? Nothing black people, and it's just like a stereotypical black thing or whatever. So I shared something like that, and I remember he even texted me saying this: why would you post this knowing that white people do the same shit? I'm like, dude, this is a joke. Like, why is this going over your head? The gif when it's the stick figure and it's the letters, it's the word joke, and the word joke is going over the person's head. That's literally what he was in a nutshell. Like he never understood anything. It was just hard for stuff to click into his head. So, as I said, I ended up ghosting him as a friend. He tried making multiple Facebook accounts, but I never added him on those. And recently on some Facebook story, he was flexing some guns. I'm like, yeah, bro, let me just stay away from you. And it just goes to show how weird and hypocritical this world can be. Because at the end of the day, I know that guy was never like that. He never was. He was just trying to fit in high school and all that, and it was just not worth it. I don't know what ended up ever happening to him, and honestly, personally, I don't care. One last quick thing that I want to bring up about him is also I literally thought this dude invented the word "cuh." He used to spam "cuh" like real bad. Like even remember my friend coming up to me be like, "Dude, he doesn't even say "cuz." He's like he shortens it and says like "cuh." I'm like, "What?" Whole entire time I never knew "cuh" existed. Now, want to see how much more ignorant this world can actually get? There was this girl that I used to talk to who was also white. I at least think I was talking to her. This girl is actually a video for another time, but I'm gonna bring up this at least. So she was also white, and she was actually shocked that as me as a black person that I liked anime and superheroes. Like she literally thought black people should not like anime at all. And this girl also acted ghetto. She tried acting like she was from the hood, but this girl lived in by far the most peaceful neighborhood in my city. So I kind of knew to not take her serious, but I also did. As I said, this is a long story because this girl used me, but she judged me for liking anime. She judged me for liking superheroes. One time I had her spend the night, and I have these figures of Perfect Cell and Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Shout out to my friend for giving me that as a gift. And I also have a Dragon Ball Z manga collection. And she was genuinely mind blown that I had it. Like so mind blown as she was eating, she even like stopped eating for a second, looking at me like with the food like in her mouth but wide open. And I'm like, is this how you really get? Like, are you like you're white and you're actually low-key being racist because you're actually making black people a stereotype. Here's the thing. Most black people know that Naruto and Dragon Ball Z were popular in the hood. If they haven't watched that, they definitely at least watched the Avengers. So for her to not know that and be genuinely shocked just goes to show how lost she is in the world. She literally was a stereotype. This girl only liked gangbangers. I can't believe how this girl really was. She tried acting black and it just never worked. Or at least that's how she was trying to be. Tried acting black in quotations. It just goes to show how sad this world can be when people try to hold up these personas when she was never like that at all. And my other friend also knew about her. As I said, this is a story for another time. But like I remember I even said like, bro, like you got to try this stuff out. Like this stuff is literally getting popular for a reason. Because for a guy that used to get judged for liking anime back then, anime at this time was literally on a rise. You know. So yeah, she was very ignorant, and I'm glad she's out of my life. As I said, she's a video for another time. Not a good person whatsoever, and I'm glad she's gone. Stuff like this is why it's hard for proper black men and bubbly black girls to like make friends and be themselves. I don't know what it is, but people hate when others are happy. They assume that we have been through nothing when we have been through so much. And I have definitely been through a lot through my past. But guess what? I bounce back and I want to be who I am. I don't want to act like somebody else. Seriously, I want to say floor, not flow. I want to say door, not dough. You know what I mean? Why should I try to act like somebody that I'm not? Because the more you do that, the more you actually hate yourself. The type of stuff I really also hate is when you don't know a certain song from a black artist. Oh, your black card's revoked. You haven't ate a certain food, or you don't like this certain food. Oh, your black card's revoked. You know, How does any of that make sense? You know, oh, you haven't watched a certain movie, a certain black movie. Oh, your black card is revoked. I'm telling you guys this. Do not listen to those type of people. Those type of people are by far the worst, and it gets crazier even more and more.
ご飯
Like, I guess I
おめえ
sounded
の本
so
気
quote unquote
みんな
white
に見せてみろ
that people even thought I was gay. I'm like, see, this is
任せ
just
ろ
being judgmental at this point. All I have to tell you guys is, man, like for all you blacks out there that have been through this,
こっちだ
don't change who you are. I learned to accept myself.
だも
People did come around to apologize to me later on in the future, but guess what,
だから
man?
勝負にもならない
I like anime. I like heroes. Rap isn't my favorite genre of music. I love how I talk, and I'm not gonna lie, man, you either have two options. You ignore them or you call them out. Literally call them out, be like, so you're calling our own people dumb. Call them out for that. I'm telling you, they will literally pause. Please don't ever change who you are, because I learned to love myself. And you know, I'm about to even explore myself some more. And honestly, I hope you guys do the same thing. Please be safe out here. And honestly, I want you guys to actually have a good time with yourselves. Please don't ever feel insecure for who you are, man. Please love yourself. I know I said that, but I'm gonna repeat it until it gets through your guys' head. Don't ever listen to these others, man. Ever. Now, go on to watch the rest of this beautiful gameplay.
本気
Peace
出
out,
せ
y'all. Be safe.
そんなもんかそんなもんか行くぞうわだだやばっこれくらいの抵抗はしてやる修行に付き合ってくれてありがとうございます。ご飯おめえの本気